Good morning, precious children. Standard 5 children. Yes, this is the fourth period. Today is the 12th of June 2020. And today is Friday. And you will get the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Relax, okay. And let me tell you, today we are starting the new lesson. Teacher dealt with for 5 days. I was dealing with continuously. It was the other lesson, the previous lesson. That means it was the Blockcity. Teacher was explaining to you, giving you notes. And let me announce one thing now. Very important. You should listen very carefully. All of you listen. On Monday, teacher will put a test paper. A test paper on Blockcity. Please be relaxed. You just have to read the textbook and read the notes. But nothing will come from the textbook and the notes. Teacher will put indirect questions, only 3 indirect questions, which you will be able to easily answer, which will be connected to the lesson as well as connected to your life. You know, you will be able to answer it very easily. I promise you, I assure you, it is going to be easy questions. Only 3 questions you will get. And that will be on Monday. Monday, the beginning of English period. I mean, Monday you don't have the English period. Just now I remembered. So on Wednesday, we will have it. Yes, Wednesday, teacher will give you the test paper. Next week, first class, Standard 5 will get the next week in the first English class, you will get the test paper. Indirect questions. You can keep your textbook open, your notebook open. Just 3 indirect questions. It will be very easy, I assure you. And you can, after writing, your parents can send it to teacher on email or WhatsApp. Teacher will give the WhatsApp number and the email ID through the parent app. So all of you be ready. Okay. Saturday, Sunday, you will read and study. Just read and understand. I'm telling you not to by heart, but understand. Read and understand the poem Blockcity. The notes as well as what is given, the poem in the text, you have to read and understand. I repeat, class 5 children, read and understand. Read and understand. You say this in your mind, read and understand. Can you all hear me? Yes, I heard you all. Yes, I was just checking it. Now, please look at the screen teacher is sharing. On the screen, you can see an emoji. Well, does that interest you? This is going to be a super lesson. This is going to interest you. See, in Blockcity, the previous poem, you studied about a boy who is your age. In this lesson, it is a girl who is your age. This girl is going to go through something which maybe all of you have gone through. Let me tell you, I have gone through this. Even not as a child, but after, as a grown-up, I have gone through this. And it is called embarrassment. Before I come to that, let me give you the page number in your textbook. In your course book, textbook, in your English course book, textbook, take page number 39. 39. Yes, in your course book, textbook, I hope, so check whether it is 39. Did all of you take page number 39? Is it the starter of colorful shoes? Colorful shoes? Is it so? In your course book, textbook, is it page number 39? Did you check it? Page number 39. So Edwin of class 5D, I am unmuting you. I want to know whether you have taken the textbook, page number 3939. Edwin? Yes, teacher is asking you. Yes, Edwin started speaking to teacher. Yes, Edwin, have you taken page number 39 in your course book reader, course book textbook? And is it page number 39, colorful shoes? Okay, well done. So now teacher is sure about it. Now listen to teacher very well. I will tell you a secret, something that happened to teacher which I haven't told anyone. None of my family knows about it. But something what happened to teacher, this is a secret which teacher is sharing only with class 5 children. Please keep this in your mind. Don't tell anyone else, okay? As we progress with the lesson, I will tell you something that happened to teacher. It's a secret. Okay, so let's start the lesson now. The word is embarrassment. All of you repeat in your mind after teacher. It is embarrassment. Embarrassment is a very difficult emotion to manage. Once more. Embarrassment. Once more. Embarrassment. Embarrassment is a very difficult emotion, not easy, very difficult emotion, feeling. Emotion means feeling to manage. It is very difficult to, manage yourself when you are embarrassed. Teacher is going slow, so you will understand. I'm repeating the sentence. Is someone talking? Let me find out from the panelist who is talking. Let me check. Now all are quiet. See this? The next sentence, the second sentence. The dictionary meaning of embarrassment. The dictionary meaning of embarrassment is to feel nervous. To feel nervous. Embarrassment means, okay, I'm going to spell the word embarrassment. E-M-B-A-R-R-A-S-S-M-E-N-T. Say embarrassment. Embarrassment. Yes, it is a difficult emotion to manage. The dictionary meaning of embarrassment. We don't have to know the meaning because we feel it sometimes. Embarrassment is an emotion we feel sometimes. Is to feel nervous. Embarrassment means to feel nervous. Oh my God, this happened to me. You will be thinking like this after that happened. Embarrassment. To feel nervous. Nervous means ashamed. Anna Thomas, what are you saying? Just listen to teacher. Ashamed. You feel ashamed. You feel nervous. You feel, oh no, uncomfortable. You feel uncomfortable. Okay. Now, move on to the next line. Teacher is going slow for you to understand. Think for a minute. You just think for a minute. Have you ever felt embarrassed? Have you ever felt embarrassed? Just think of that. You should, sometimes in your life, somewhere, you are in 5th standard. Some time in your life, you must have felt nervous, shy, ashamed of yourself, uncomfortable in the situation you are in. That is embarrassment. Think for a minute. Again, teacher is reading for you. Think for a minute. Have you ever felt embarrassed? Question mark. It's a question to you. The lesson you are going to read in the next class. I may not be able to begin the lesson today, but teacher will tell you the secret. And in this lesson, a girl who is your age is feeling embarrassed, feeling embarrassed, feeling nervous, feeling ashamed, feeling uncomfortable, shy. Okay, think for a minute. Have you ever felt embarrassed? Question mark. It's a question to you. Have you? Have you ever felt embarrassed? Okay, here are, come on, some boys and girls who are your age. They have, some responses. The person who wrote this textbook has collected some responses from grade 5 students. Some moments when they felt embarrassed. Grade 5, some students, they have responded. And teacher will collect your response today. Teacher will interact with you. Collect your response today. Before that, teacher will tell you a time in teacher's life when teacher stood embarrassed. All the people were looking at teacher. I felt so embarrassed. I was in a difficult situation. I just wanted to escape and disappear from that place. Such a situation happened to me, putting me in embarrassment. Like that, a situation happened to teacher. Just like that. Look at the emoji teacher is going to see on screen. Check the emoji. Can you feel the feeling now? See, can you identify the feeling now? Look at the emoji. Look at the eyes. Oh no, where's it gone? See this? Look at the eyes. Look at the eyebrows. From the eyebrows and the construction of the drawing of the lips, you can understand it is embarrassed feeling. This emoji shows embarrassment. Is the emoji smiling? Is it a smiling emoji? No. This emoji is showing embarrassment. Check the eyebrows, check the eyes, check the mouth. See, embarrassment. Okay. Now leave it at that. Let me show you now. Yes. Before I tell you the secret, I will let you know what standard 5 some students in the reader, it is recorded some responses of embarrassment. Come on. EMBARRASSMENT. Say embarrassment. Say embarrassment. Don't start reading the text. I know you are all curious to know about this, but be with teacher. We will move together. Now, speaker 1. Speaker 1 is the child in class 5 who has sent his response. So the question is, what is the question here? Have you, yes, you from the panel list. I'm going to ask you this question after the class is over. Interaction time, you will get the question. Have you ever felt embarrassed? Have you ever felt embarrassed? Question mark. See this? Speaker 1 says, I felt embarrassed when I was on stage. On stage. Many children, even grown-ups feel embarrassment. But teacher, as of now, hasn't felt so. I was okay managing everything. Okay, so on stage, sometimes the situation is on stage. When you are dragged on stage, you forget to say something and people are watching you. You feel shy and nervous and embarrassed. Oh, what a situation. See this, speaker 1. Come on, are all of you listening? Let me check with Ayushi of 5C. Let me check, I'm unmuting you. Let me ask you, are you listening, Arushi? Class 5C, Arushi, are you listening? I can hear you. Yes, you are listening. Yes. Now let me ask one more person. Adi Shankar of 5B, are you listening? Son, are you listening? Adi Shankar of class 5B, are you listening to teacher? Are you listening? Oh yes, I heard you. Well done. Next, class 5D, I'm going to check who is listening. Let me check class 5D. Okay, Nasriya I can see. Let me check with Nasriya. Nasriya, are you listening? Yes, I heard you. Yes, very softly you are saying, speak loud. Okay, Nasriya, you are listening. Then comes class 5D, one more person. Yes, 5C. Let me check class 5C. Ahil Mohammed of class 5C. Are you listening? Ahil Mohammed of class 5C, are you listening? Ahil Mohammed of class 5C. Yes, you are speaking now. Yes, tell me. Your teacher is asking you, your English teacher is asking you whether you are listening or not. Say yes, teacher. Ahil Mohammed, talk to me. Can't hear you. Speak loud. Yes, Ahil Mohammed, are you listening to teacher? Okay, yes, tell me. Okay, so we move on with the lesson. Now children, you will just look now at the, one second, yes. Now children, you will now look in the textbook. We left off at speaker 1. A question is asked and the responses are collected. The reply is, see this, have you ever felt embarrassed? Have you ever felt embarrassed? And the question is done. Now the answer, you get the answer. Speaker 1, studying in class 5, this child tells, I felt embarrassed when I was on stage. Underline on stage. Where is it happening? On stage. I felt embarrassed when I was on stage and I forgot my lines. My tongue felt like a log. Oh, what feeling is that? Means my tongue felt heavy. Because my mind is not working, I forgot my lines. Now the tongue is not moving. I cannot say anything. On stage, I am standing and staring at the people listening to me, the people who are looking at me. The audience is looking at me and I cannot say anything to them because I'm frozen. My mind is all tied up. Just like that, stage fright. This happened to speaker 1. I felt embarrassed. I repeat, The I here is a standard 5 student. He felt embarrassed when he was on stage and he forgot his lines. What he had to say, he forgot. Maybe he was reciting a poem and he forgot. My tongue, the tongue felt like a log, heavy. I couldn't say, I couldn't speak. I was sweating. Because of embarrassment, because of stage fright, I couldn't say anything. My mind was blank and I was sweating like that. I was sweating. All are looking at me, staring. And I was feeling helpless. That boy was feeling helpless. That is the embarrassment he went through. The situation is on stage. Everyone in the audience was looking at me. I felt someone talking. Let me find out. Ahil Mohammed is talking. Class 5C. Yes, listen to teacher now. Yes, everyone in the audience was looking at me. I felt like I let my teacher and my parents down. My parents were expecting to see me perform on stage. My teachers were proud of me. They were expecting, looking forward to seeing me. You know, perform on stage. And what happened to this child? He could not do it. He just could not, utter his lines. He could not speak up. And all were staring at him. He just stood there. He was sweating, panicking. Yes, see this. But I couldn't remember my lines. No matter how hard I tried. Imagine yourself in this situation. How would you feel? Standing on stage, you are feeling fear. Nothing is happening. People are just, and you are feeling this. You are thinking, oh no, my parents and my teachers, what will they think of me? What are they going to think of me? I feel very sad. But I cannot say anything. And the lines I have forgotten. My mind is blank. Second situation. Speaker 2. Move on to second situation. I feel embarrassed when my family cannot buy me things like the ones my classmates have. A small girl. A small girl. Ahil Mohammed, you have to keep quiet. Yes, and a small girl is feeling, 5th standard she is studying in. She is feeling embarrassed. Say in your mind, embarrassed. She is feeling embarrassed when her family could not buy her things. When her family could not buy her things, like the things which her neighbors and her friends have. The child sitting next to this girl has a beautiful pouch with the head of a dog or a tiger, and it's a toy as well as a pouch. And this girl comes from a poor family, and she is admiring that, but she cannot have it. She is feeling embarrassed due to lack, due to what she cannot have. She is feeling very embarrassed. She is feeling sad. Inside she is feeling very sad. The same emotion is traced in the lesson. In the lesson, colorful shoes. Let me break the suspense. In the lesson, colorful shoes. A small girl wants a spiked shoes. Like they play with these kind of shoes. She has seen them play football. The great footballers play wearing these shoes. But her parents cannot afford it. So she cannot have it. And it is very difficult for her to manage her emotion of embarrassment. She feels let down. She feels sad. She feels she would not be able to become a great footballer. But something happens at the end of the lesson. Then she finds, she adjusts with the situation. So this girl here is feeling embarrassed because she doesn't have many things her friends have. Now, with speaker 2, let me stop. Don't you want to hear the situation when teacher felt embarrassed? You will all laugh at teacher, I know. But just imagine the situation what teacher went through. Teacher had a pet dog some years back. Think 2015. I had this pet dog, and this pet dog was a Dachshund, a German breed, a Dachshund. Very close to me. And what this pet dog, this pet dog had to be given injections. The booster injections, we had to we have to give the pet dog injections, and teacher took the pet dog in teacher's vehicle, and teacher was holding it very tight, okay? And this pet dog, seeing an unfamiliar place. It is not used to seeing unfamiliar places. It is always in the house, inside the house. And when teacher reached the veterinary hospital at PMG, At PMG in Trivandrum, there is a veterinary hospital. Oh God, teacher reached the veterinary hospital, and I was parking my vehicle. And I was busy, I was checking everywhere, parking the vehicle safely. And then teacher opened the door, came out, and now teacher just opened the front seat, the opposite side door, to take the dog and hold it carefully and move towards the doctor's room inside the veterinary hospital. Do you get me? Teacher opened that door and the dog just flew out. I'm telling you, it did not run out. It just flew out of the car, and it caused lot of panic in that place. And the vehicle, the traffic had to be stopped because this dog, you know, my pet dog Laika was in the middle of the road. The traffic could not move. They were trying, and I was behind. We were, the dog and teacher and your teacher, we were standing in the middle of the road. I'm trying to catch it. It's just running, you know. It was panicked because seeing the unfamiliar place, the strange place, the veterinary hospital and that area, this dog started running everywhere. I couldn't catch it, you know, and in the middle of the traffic it got stuck, and many people were scolding teacher for letting the dog like that, for letting go of the dog, not controlling the dog. Teacher was so sad, so embarrassed. I didn't know what to do, children. I went through the situation. I felt very bad. I couldn't, you know, control my tears. I started crying in the middle of the road. Standing in the middle of the road, I started crying. And then one person, I think an auto driver, he saw my situation, and you know, he caught the dog. He was brave enough to catch the dog. It was not a small puppy, you know, anyone could feel afraid. And this, you know, this auto driver helped me in that situation, caught the dog, and you know, he handed it over to me. And then I took the dog to my pet dog Laika to the veterinary hospital and got the injection done. But all the time I was feeling so embarrassed. The word is E-M-B-A-R-A-S-S-E-D. It is embarrassed. I was feeling so embarrassed because many people scolded me. I stopped the traffic with the dog moving like that. The traffic could not move. People wanted to reach destinations at the, you know, at great speed, and I had prevented them, and all the scolding I had to hear. Anyway, like an angel, an auto driver came and helped me. So anyway, that embarrassing situation is what I want to share with you. In your life, you know, sometimes you have felt the embarrassment, maybe in school, when your teacher scolded you. Oh no, don't tell anyone. But sometimes when your teacher scolds you, you get scolding, you feel embarrassed. And see, teacher got scolding from all the people passing by, and teacher got embarrassed. Just like that, you know. These things can happen in life. This is an emotion, a feeling which you have to face and you have to control. You know, this girl in the lesson, she is your age, standard 5, grade 5, and she is trying, and she feels very bad at what she doesn't have. Some of her friends have it, but she doesn't have it. And finally she finds the truth, and then she adjusts with the situation of not having the spiked football shoes which she longed for. She adjusts with the situation. She becomes a great football player. I hope so she becomes, but that is not said in the lesson. But as she grows up, I'm sure she becomes well placed in life. Yes, because she has managed that feeling of embarrassment. Always smart children will manage their emotions, their feelings. You know, embarrassment, people go through embarrassment, but the smart ones manage it. Yeah, just let us see. There is some more time, so let me finish. Speaker 1 says, He felt embarrassed. Standard 5 child, he felt embarrassed. He was standing on stage. He forgot the lines. His mind became blank. He forgot the lines. He couldn't speak well on stage. The camera is recording it, and people are watching it. Everywhere there is, so much attention given on stage. The limelight is on him. And he is standing like that, staring at the audience. Nothing to tell them, nothing to perform. And his teachers can be disappointed. His parents are disappointed. He felt sad, shy, nervous, and he panicked. He was sweating. And the second speaker, this speaker too, the feelings of speaker 2 is related to the lesson. A girl your age feels embarrassed because it is something she lacks that she really longs for, but she doesn't get it, but she adjusts with the situation and manages her emotion. Okay, now comes, I hope you all get me, my children, speaker 2. Teacher is going slow now. Speaker 2. I'm going to read. You read in your mind too. I feel embarrassed when my family cannot buy me things like the ones my classmates have. She belongs to a poor family, so she cannot have so many things that the rich girls and boys bring to class. Oh my God, see this? I feel ashamed. I feel ashamed of my ordinary shoes. The ordinary shoes she's wearing. Or my simple food in my tiffin. Not chili chicken and not a chicken 65 or now not any beef fry or whatever it is, puddings and so many things, coconut chicken. Oh my God, so delicious. Some children bring all that. When they open the lunch box, she feels sad and she takes ordinary things, ordinary meals to school, simple food to school. And see this, I feel ashamed, embarrassed of my ordinary shoes or my simple food in my tiffin box, lunch box. I'm afraid of the day I have to wear plain clothes to school. And one day she will have to wear very plain clothes to school. When others come dressed up in silk, she'll have to wear plain clothes to school because she comes from a very poor background. Now only 5 minutes left. Shall we start the interaction? You will tell me situations you have faced like this. Some embarrassing situations. You can even imagine and tell me, okay? Let your imagine go wild. I love it. Just tell me, children. Yes. From tomorrow, teacher will take speaker 4. On Wednesday is the next class. So teacher will take speaker 4, speaker 5. And on Wednesday, there is test paper. Don't forget, I will give you all the instructions. Come on, from Block City poem. Only 3 indirect questions. You can keep your textbook and your notebook open and then write in your test paper book, TP1, test paper 1, and write the questions first, then put the numbers correctly and write the answers. Okay, so next class will be test paper and then the rest of this lesson. Yes, only 3 indirect questions will be easy for you, children. Please don't worry too much about it, okay? Yes. It is interaction time now. Let me ask you to tell me some embarrassing moments. Class 5A, Aditya RS. Let me see you. Aditya RS, on your video. Aditya RS, you have to on your video. All of you, on your video. So I can see you. Yes, Aditya RS. Okay, teacher is going to ask you now, class 5A, it is Aditya RS. I will give you points if you say the correct answers. Now, let me ask you, can you tell me or tell the whole 5th standard of Sarvodaya Central Vidyalaya. See, a moment when you felt embarrassed, like some moments told in the textbook and some moments recorded in the textbook, and some moments my feeling, your English teacher's feeling what teacher told. Can you say Aditya? Yes, Aditya has started speaking. Well, start. What, Aditya? What are you saying? Okay, the question is, see, teacher explained to you today, embarrassing situations children face. I told you about an embarrassing situation when teacher got scolding. Such a situation happened and when teacher felt embarrassed. And now you tell me an embarrassing situation which you faced. Class 5A, Aditya. Tell me, Aditya, an embarrassing situation you faced. Maybe you got scolding from your teacher, or you got scolding from your somewhere, whatever it is. Teacher got scolding from all the passers-by. Yes, Aditya, speak up. Speak up boldly. I want you to speak. Yes. Class 5A, Aditya, tell me a situation when you felt embarrassed. Shall I ask someone else? Or will you give the answer? Can't hear, speak louder. Okay, I'm waiting. I like that attitude. You are, yes, trying to give the answer. Try, son, try. Come out with the answer. Yes, yes, you can. Aditya RS was in 4th standard. Yes? Yes? Speak louder. Aditya, speak louder. What happened when you were in 4th standard? Aditya, speak louder. You want to give the answer. Oh my God. Okay, so your Malayalam teacher scolded you and you felt embarrassed. Before everyone, when you got the scolding, you felt embarrassed, right? Okay, that is just what I wanted to hear. The situation when you felt embarrassed. Just one more person teacher is going to ask. Saurabh of class 5A. Saurabh of class 5A, tell me a situation when you felt embarrassed in life. Saurabh? Saurabh, can you hear me? Yes, Saurabh started speaking. Yes, Saurabh, tell me. Saurabh, on your video and unmute yourself. And yes, tell me an embarrassing situation which you faced. Yes, tell me. Okay. Yes, Saurabh said 1 minute. Teacher is waiting, the whole class, whole standard 5 is waiting. Is it Saurabh who is talking? Saurabh? Yes, Saurabh. Tell me a situation when you felt embarrassed. Okay, when Saurabh was studying in 3rd standard, in the beginning of the 3rd standard, when Saurabh came to school, okay, and the teachers were asking all the children's names to get introduced. Okay, and when Saurabh, it was Saurabh's turn to introduce himself, Saurabh said another child's name. And instead of his name, Saurabh said another child's name. And actually it's an embarrassing moment. And then what happened? And all the children in the class, they were looking at they were looking at Saurabh and laughing. And oh, well done. And this was Saurabh's embarrassing moment. This is how we all have embarrassing moments. So the time is past 12. So we have to wind up now. So interesting to be with you, students. I love to speak to you, talk to you, interact with you. I love to see you face to face. Okay, anyway, I have to stop the class. Have a wonderful weekend. And the next class, yes, Saurabh, yes. Okay, Nasriya is speaking. Okay, so let me wind up. Now it is time, and have a wonderful weekend. The next English class, there will be a small test paper, indirect questions, which you will be able to answer. Don't have to wreck your heads and study lots. No, just read and understand. Read and understand is what you have to do. Read and understand the lesson and study the spellings. Read and understand the poem, Block City, and study the spellings. Read and understand the notes which teacher has given. Study the spellings, that's all. Children, please do it. I'm not pressurizing you. Have a nice time, a nice weekend. Bye-bye. Signing off. This is Mary Ann teacher. Bye.